a second to get set up here. And we'll see how YouTube decides it wants to play today. Boy. Hopefully it's okay. Alright. Looks alright. Just doing load order stuff, that's all I'm doing. Let's see here. I even forget where I got to. Yep. All that, huh? Well, I guess part of the game plan was we got JK's and Dawn working fine, and I'm still debating on if I even want that setup, to be honest with you. The only reason for that is to use interesting NPCs. Because interesting NPCs itself is not compatible with TPOS 2, but I've basically been going back and forth the last 2 days deciding if I want to set it up like that or if I want to do this texture, well, I should say texture packs, groups of textures, leaving Noble out. It'll be the first time leaving Noble out, but I did look at most of the major cities and, you know, want to try something different, something I haven't used before. The 20 series is what I have loaded, and things look pretty good. And then, of course, I also threw in a few on top of it, which, you know, is kind of overkill, considering the sheer size of these, and especially with the new 2020 parallax. But it looks really nice. Hey, Vixie, welcome. I don't know what time of day. I think I should say good afternoon, right? It's afternoon. It's afternoon for me. So afternoon for me. So I'll go with good afternoon. If it's another time of the day, I hope you're enjoying your day. So yeah, I between last night, you're lucky. Oh, that's not bad. Noon's not bad. It's a nice day today, at least weather-wise outside. Um, we're still cold here, but it's manageable cold, and it's completely clear skies and sun. But yeah, the wind is making it pretty chilly. So, but manageable, you know. So can I trade, please? I hate the cold. I absolutely can't stand the cold weather. I'll take 7. If I had 78 year round, I'd be on an island. Hi, wind. Oh no, you mean excuse me? I'm sorry, I farted. That's probably what it was. You heard that, did you? Wasn't meant to be that loud. So it's like 110 plus in the sun. You know, I could probably deal with 110 plus as long as I have access to a pool. Not that kind of wind, the other wind. The wind that doesn't really count. You know, nature's wind. Alright, so let's think of it like this, right? We did the stream and we saw the trees, we saw the setup, right? And for those of you that were in the other stream, you saw how JK's and Dawn of Skyrim look. Okay, cool. But here is the problem. Now, I have 185 active mods. I have 120 plugins. And granted, yes, a lot here are well, not nearly as much are ESLs yet. 21 of them. And here's the conundrum, right? So there's an AIO for the Arthmore patches for his town mods. It's all in here. This includes the cutting room floor patch. And if you put it as an AIO, it's just a 1. If you put it as multiple, where you're not using every specific one, it has to be done individually. Because it's either geared. The way that he has it structured is that you can use all of them and have one ESP, which would go beneath the lowest of his mods here, right? Or you can do them separately. You can use 1, you could use 4, and you get to pick and choose. And then of course they'll also, have individual ESLs. Well, even running, say I ran all but like 2 of his town mods, and yes, I know they're in a light plugin state. I still am not 100% convinced that the uh, the 255 max. Now I know I've seen this well over my own games too. I think I had one where I had where it says active here. It says something like 407. But if you highlight over this where it says ESPs now, it says 88. Mine was saying something like 202. So technically, I'm still under. Well, it wasn't all. What was it? It was ESMs plus ESPs was like 202. Hey, Strudel, welcome. Oh, good timing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So the other conundrum is there's a lot of stuff that I'd like to check out. Now I've used Arthmore's mods on console. I've used them here on PC before. They're well made. Of course, they're well made. I should probably say that. Um, they're a more of an extension. I feel like I feel like the word extension is probably the right one to use here. They're an extension of the towns. Um, they're all purposely and tastefully done. Um, but I've used them a lot. And I know what the setup's going to look. You're going to see the major holds with the JKs and Dawn of Skyrim look extravagant. But you're going to see small, maybe subtle touches to the small towns and villages. And while that's perfectly fine, um, it's a stark contrast between the two. I mean, obviously, you go to Whiterun. Whiterun's the main. Whiterun and Solitude are the mains. You know, at least to me, that's the way I view it. Um, and we did go to Whiterun. We did go to Solitude. We checked both of them out, and you guys got to see the added content from JK's and Dawn of Skyrim together. Um, but the problem is that I have a really, really hard time not running TPOS2 and the content. As much as I would have liked to use interesting NPCs, I think it may have been overkill because I have to think of it like this. I don't know how long. Hey, Tim. I don't know how long this particular character is going to run. Um, I'm basically waiting for a message from Nesbitt to say, hey, here's a little bit more Solitude. Maybe I'll get to live stream test it again, right? Um, I know now he did continue working on it. So if you notice on my desktop here, I have these Solitude files here, the main zip file, and then the ESP for Solitude. This is the one that you guys saw me test before. So I know that he's restarted his work, um, and obviously it's going to be after February now, because I know he wants that to be a completely clean mod coming out of the gate, which I 100% understand. Um, the only problem is that with the town overhaul, because it's not a texture, it's not a, there's no mesh changes or anything like that. There's additions, so I would have to start a new game, which I'm perfectly fine to do. I'd already like to have a TPOS2 setup in place for that. And while I could make a new profile, it's daunting because then I would still need to make a new character. And we all know what happens when I start a new character is I basically start a new play. Yeah, we may get some testing in, but it basically turns into a full blown play. Or I guess what you guys may consider me doing a full blown play. I don't ever really consider them let's plays because let's be honest, they're not nearly as good as anything that's over in Character Crusade or pretty much anywhere else. It's just me trying to have fun, and you guys that like to follow along, if you have a good time doing it too, that makes me happy. It makes me want to, try and make it better. There's a lot of stuff that I really need to learn. Um, Video editing, uh, audio, this is all stuff that I just don't know, flat out, right? And like right now I'm okay with it, but it's one of those things that's nagging on me that I should probably learn. And I've in some of the free time when I'm not dealing with certain things, um, I've been trying to pick up on it. I really have. Um, Whether it's studying other videos, um, I'm in a couple other servers that have people dedicated that's really what they do. Like Odin, for example, he's been doing videos. He was the first server that I was in, so uh I've been with him the longest. What's up, Loki? And Strudel, that's a really good point and or question, I should say. All right, so let's address that. I would absolutely love to take I would love to take a character in for the long haul like that. Um, for as much fun as I had with my initial quote unquote test play with Athrolur, which basically turned into a full blown play, I was happy with that. The Braven play, which never was supposed to be a play, it was just me supposed to be testing out Growl. Uh, that turned into a like level 40 something play. I had a lot of fun with that. But no, they don't ever wind up being, you know, a year. And that's not necessarily a problem, but I think I stream things like that more often than a lot of others and for a lot longer in one sitting. And it's really hard for me to, well, like when I sit down, it's really hard for me to stop. If I'm invested in a story or a character or a quest line, I'll just want to keep going. My body may be like, you're tired, you need a break, and of course I take a break, but um, I'm just eager to get back because I feel like the longer of a break that I take, the more I feel like I'm missing from the game. Like I should immediately be coming back, like just go grab a glass of water or something like that, come right back in. Unfortunately, my back and my health don't allow that. So, but as far as a long play, oh, I'd absolutely love to do something like that. No, no. Hey, if I was able to, I mean, now I'm able to string a 2 year play, 24 hours of Magus80. Jesus. Could you imagine? My graphics card would shit itself. If I really built a loadout up like that, that thing would be crying at the end. He'd be like, "Don't use me for another 3 or 4 days." Yeah, it'd only 24 hours of Skyrim. Well, hey, I mean charity benefits. We talked about that too. 'Cause I've been a part of the benefits, and I would love to do something like that. Um, but as it sits right now, it would literally be just me because there's nobody else here that that does this, unless somebody took over at a certain point from a different game from a different PC, where we can kind of like I would go for X amount of hours, and then I would have everybody. Sorry. Okay. So I would go for X amount of hours and then have everybody loop over to another channel where that person would then go for X amount of hours and then either loop it to somebody else or come back to me and then I would go again for X amount of hours just to, you know, for my own health and sanity. Um, but if it was for a charity cause, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would do something like that. Honestly, I could probably pull off a 24 hour by myself. I wouldn't be able to move for a day or two, but I can do it. So, but here's the issue. So let's go back to this. You guys saw the JK's Dawn setup, um, and I like it. Um, the problem is, like I said, we're waiting on Solitude, and I would like to have something put up. Plus, I just miss the content. I know I can get the NPCs, some interesting NPCs, or some of them. Obviously, I'm not going to interact with all 250 plus. I mean that even in a game where I make it make sense, it still doesn't make sense. And that's a lot. I mean, granted, yeah, you have all of those NPCs with throughout your game. Um, I won't be taking on that many followers, but I think this character is going to have followers, right? I'd probably fall asleep too. You'd probably see my character like, running for an hour straight into a mountain, just sprinting because I'll fall asleep here and hit the keyboard and the mouse, and he'll be sprinting right into a nice majestic mountain or a tree or a rock or something like that. But I think I'm gonna redo this part of it, the city overhauls and the towns and stuff, because like I said, I'm gonna miss the content. I'm gonna miss what TPOS2 itself offers, and I have a really nice setup aside from that. As far as my textures go, as far as my landscape, my weather and EMB look great. Um, everything else that goes with that. I am more than happy with my weather and my atmosphere stuff here. Everything that I have here, I feel is beyond beautiful. This is probably my favorite, if not second favorite aspect of setup. Um, lighting is the other. So like I've been saying this for a long, long time. Um, the weather you use and your interior lighting and lighting in general will make or break your game. It will make you want to play it. It will make you want to stay within the game. Um, but if you exit out of the say Bellathor's and maybe it's raining out, but it just doesn't feel like it's right. You immediately get that wow, it's raining. Like hey, throw the burlap cloak on or whatever. Put my hood up. But if you walk out there and the rain starts and you're like, you know what? I just don't care. It breaks the game for you, you know? If you walk out or let's say you're leaving early morning from Markarth and you get down to, you know, the little farm there right at the end, right before the crossing. You turn back and you look at the city of Markarth, and all you see is it's real early morning. It's something like 5 a.m. or whatever. You turn back, it's overcast. All you see is the clouds, the mist engulfing the entire city. I mean, that's something majestic right there. You know, that's stuff like that is what makes me want to like either run back into the city to, you know, just assassinate random people sometimes for no reason at all other than just to go back into the city, or make me want to turn right around and just keep on adventuring. And then you get that far in the distance, and then you really look back and you get to see it from a real good distance, and then you know you can only make out certain parts of the architecture, and maybe you see some of the Dwemer metal shining through. Then the sun comes out and it hits it, right? Just the right angle to make it glisten, and that's the only part that you see. Stuff like that to me is beautiful. You don't get that with JK's and Dawn of Skyrim. You do get that with TPOS 2 with Markarth Heights. You absolutely get that. And that's what I'm going to miss. So that's why we're going to change all this up, and we're going to go back and we're going to do this, and we're going to put all the TPOS 2 content back in. So I need to, yeah, I need to get rid of some stuff. Meaning all of these. That's a lot, isn't it? We went down to 99. So let's all right. Let's remove all these. Let me just make sure they're all here. There's more. Should be all of them. Okay. And then patches for Arthmores. Could remove that too. Alright. So we're back. Let's see the uninstalled here. Delete uninstalled. Cool. Alright. So let's see what I'm missing here. This should be the guard's armor. And we have to rerun Lanterns of Skyrim. But we're going to do that at the end. That should be right here. Lanterns of Skyrim 2. Actually, you know what? I can't fully run LOS 2 with TPOS, so that's another one I can get rid of. It'll save me a ton of space. Right there. Cool. Okay. Low-key tapping and or typing in caps. Let's see, what is that? I got my glasses on today too. I couldn't put my contacts in at all to save my life. I tried. Didn't happen. God, what am I doing here? Let's pull that back up. Alright. We're gonna start, yeah, we'll start with Nordic Life and Markarth Origin. So we'll just get 2 links up here. I have to actually search them. And I think with Nordic Life, we're gonna take the non-Aspen version of it this time. Although, well, yeah, because of the trees. So this is the Aspen tree exterior, but I think I'm gonna stick with the base for this. We're gonna have enough foliage with the mods that we have, so And we're gonna go and we're gonna test it later, just to make sure the White Horse statues are there. Yeah, some people are like that, Loki, where they can try them, they can try the contacts, but it's their eyes, it just, it's either irritating for them or they slide around so much that it's really hard to focus. I was fortunate enough that when I was younger, it really took me about a week or almost 2 weeks to adjust to them, but once I did, I was perfectly fine. But I'm at the point now where LASIK is going to be the option because I don't like either. Contacts are a hassle. Let me tell you, I've been wearing contacts since I was probably 11 years old, 1991, right? So it's been a while, and I'm at the point now where, 'cause sorry, there we go. I absolutely hate wearing my glasses. But I can't keep my contacts in much longer than 8 hours or 10 hours. Usually it's 10, but I try not to go that long with it. But I'm really thinking that right now LASIK is the way to go. I have astigmatism as well in my right eye. So without anything, I'm pretty blind as a bat. Like if I didn't have anything on right now, I'm probably 2 feet away from my monitor. Maybe a little more, but I wouldn't be able to see anything on it. It would just look blurry to me. Colored contacts look pretty cool though. Yeah, especially if you're doing something like cosplay and you're in character. Oh yeah. Yeah, they look amazing to begin with. Alright, so we got these two bad boys. And I think from here, city overhauls, yeah, we'll put them here. Let's check the plugins, because I know my plugins probably all got messed up now. I'm going to take off these. Alright. And we're going to have to see how Landscape Fixes works with Cathedral, because like I said, with TPOS2, what it's going to do is it's going to edit part of the landscapes in the tundra. And with using Cathedral landscapes, I don't need a grass mod. So we're going to get to see how it plays. Because you're going to notice sparse patches outside the towns. That's intended, But as far as everything else, it'll all be Cathedral. And then I'm going to have to go in and I'm going to have to add a couple lines to my Skyrim mini. I've never done I've always wanted to do cosplay. The friends that I had when I was younger, they were never like into that. They were into like the superhero stuff and the comics, the anime, but they would never want to go to like a convention or anything like that. And I'm not gonna go by myself. I mean, that's kind of, I could, but you don't want to go by yourself, So I just never got around to it. We're not gonna use Skyrim sewers for this character. Gilder Green Regrown. That should be... No, we're on large texture. Should be further up, I think. Alright. I could have sworn I had that in. We'll make sure that overwrites everything. Cool. Alright, I keep forgetting that my mod list is actually on the end where it's supposed to be. Raven Rock HD. This is one... I don't know if it's on here. I think I have it saved, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I do. Yep, there it is. So we'll take that, we will add Raven Rock HD. Textures, what's this? Architecture, Raven Rock, yeah, everything, all the good stuff there. Ah, yeah, you go back to your home. Yeah, I did, Loki. Yep. So yeah, everybody's still gonna have till Wednesday for that. It's 3 entries per person. No HUD. Yeah, all the rules are the same except for three entries per person. So yeah, like no HUD, no like no character dialogue or anything like that. Try to keep that stuff off, because that's going to be the banner, and you know we want the banner to be as clean as possible. There's going to be other changes too in the coming week with a lot of stuff in the server. I'm sure you guys were, you know, aware of things that were going on today. Some stuff that shouldn't have been. I'm not really going to touch on that, but just know there's going to be a couple changes, which includes changes to, you know, everything from inactive accounts, people that have been on there for, you know, coming up on a year but have never posted, aside from like to come in and ask one question, all the way up to admin staff. So, other than that, business as usual. And I'll be trying to go through, and I'm gonna try to restructure the rooms in there as well, because I think it's getting a little bloated again. You know, we condensed a few times. I know right before Stitch left, he condensed them once, and it was okay for a while, but then it just seems like, you know, I understand there being a lot of members in there. We're still over, I think we're still over 200 members, but it just seems like there's too much going on, and it's hard to navigate, even for me. I have a hard time navigating it myself. If I have to use my mouse wheel and like hit it more than 2 scrolls, that's too many rooms. So we're gonna try and clean things up, I should say. Let me rephrase that. I'm gonna clean things up to the best of my ability. The thing it was bothering me since last year, and it bothered me even when Stitch was around, was the number of inactives. It's one thing to come in for load order help and for mod stuff, but you kind of have to be somewhat active. You know what I mean? That's why we have the level 7 to the Ranger rank progression system. That was implemented by Stitch when he started it. So, are you buffering again? No, I'm just not doing anything. Yeah, the funhouse is staying. I want to keep it as fun for everybody, but I don't want it to be a hassle for everybody coming in. Cause like think of it like this: if you're a new member, like we had a couple new members come within this past week, and I know for a fact that the one member you probably noticed showed up like 5 or 6 times, but never said anything. We weren't able to verify, even though we tagged them. But it was a member that messaged me on BethesdaNet, and the guy was really, really polite. But he's saying he's never used a Discord before. So I walked him through like the steps. I said, all right, well, when you come in there, you're going to be in what we call the welcome area, like the welcome tent. And all they're gonna do is they're gonna ask you for your username. That's another thing that's being changed is the process. We've already implemented the phone number. You have to verify your phone number to get in. But I'm gonna up that one more, and it's just for security of the server. So, and it sucks that I even have to do that, but obviously, you know, it's just my hand's being forced on this, and it's not by anybody else. It's just by the number of people that really shouldn't be in there in the first place. So I know Tarshana's server does it, but that's unfortunately what I'm gonna wind up doing. For the people that are there, you're okay. You won't have to like register a phone number, but if anybody new's coming in, they can either register so we know they're valid on top of another verification. Sorry, there goes the headset again. On top of another verification process, or they won't be allowed in. There'll be other changes too. Just they're the main ones. I want to get the banner competition out of the way before I really address anything else. And then I may step back for a little while and just relax. I may take like a week break and I won't be there at all. You know, my name will probably show up, but it'll have the little red icon, the do not disturb thing. You know, which means, ping me if it's an emergency, but other than that, I'm gonna be gone for a week. I'm probably gonna take like a week just to get away to breathe, Because I pretty much live this 24/7. I don't sleep a lot as it is, and I'm on here all the time. And even with help, I still feel I do too much. And I'm not saying that to sound like I have an ego with it. It's just really, really hard. So, if it's not a valid number, Discord bot will kick back saying it's an unverified account. Meaning the phone number it's bogus, like it's no good, it's not active. And it's not really. See, like the thing is, I was never in this position with Stitch here. I mean, I was. I did all the. I'm still doing all the same stuff that I did when he was server owner, because I did all the verification myself. I was still on, 20 hours a day, or at least had it open, and I was. You could literally reach me about 20 hours every single day since we started. I think the only other time that I took a break was not last year, but the year before when I went on vacation for a week, and I was still on there just to make sure, just to see if anybody needed help. I had my phone with me. I was, on the beach. I'd have music on, and I'd still be checking in from time to time. But like it may be another case like that, especially now in the wintertime. Like the wintertime's just crappy, especially here. So I may just, I may step back for about a week or so to kind of regroup myself. So I'm not going to be using the Whiterun HD red roofs for this. Mossy Whiterun stone floor. This is Wine Dave's, but I think there is moss within it, so I'm pretty much done for city overhauls. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to let TPOS 2 do its own thing. We can move on to large creatures. I was gonna use that whole other setup, but then it's like, it's gonna look odd. Definitely would have looked odd. Good song. And of course we're going with dragons. Always with the dragons. And then deadly dragons. And we want the Deadly Dragons has the patches are included in this. That's right. There's 2 files. So you want SE, download. And you want the patches. There's only one patch in here that you need, but you have to grab it. Unless you're using multiple ones. Okay. So Deadly Dragons, we're going to take the regular version. This is the full... I don't really care for the Loremonger one here. This is, you know, only one vanilla dragon spawning. I like to have multiple. You guys like to see 3, 4. Is it really buffering? Let me check my... maybe... Yeah, it's got to be a near-end Loki because I don't have any notifications. We got clear weather. It's just cold, but it's clear here. So if you're able to hop back in, hop back in. But I'll understand if you can't. I know the buffering's a pain in the ass. We're going to keep the main towns as safe zones for this character. We want him to fight them out in the wilds. And just Diverse Dragons Collection should be the only one. Because I'm not using Splendor, and I'm not using any of these other 2 patches, so... Son of a bitch. I know something went wrong. I forgot to change the name. Patches. DDC. Install. Oh yeah. Let's put these back up here. And then let's grab 1, 2, yeah. Ahem. So let's grab these 3. Place them there. Cool. And then of course I could take my alt starts and drop them down. Alright, what else are we doing? What else are we doing here? Dragons here. So here's the thing. So Ars Farmhouse is what I normally use, but because I like the setup and I don't really want to change the farmhouse wood, I think it looks really good on its own. And I'm not going as in depth with it. I'm going to leave this off. But I will be using some of these standalone textures. And of course the retext projects. So let's take a look at some of them. The birds are good. Skyrim Immersive Creatures, not with TPOS2. Farmhouse textures, here we go. Alright. So normally I'd use ours. I really like this mod. I've used John Rose's Skyland. Skyland Towns and Villages is fantastic. I think that was a Shibui Skyrim. This should be LE, I think. I could be wrong. Yeah, it is. But there's a couple things you need to change with the file here. There's parallax inside here. You would have to delete all the parallax textures, which are the _p.dds. And there's usually one per each, series of textures. So you would just go in and you would like either hide or delete the _p.dds. You don't want the parallax in there. If you convert the mod over, I would be curious to see what it would look like on SE, an SE version of it. But I don't think parallax is 100% compatible. And I know even in my game with the parallax is found in the 20 series, I'm gonna have to overwrite certain things, like my stone rocks are gonna be, they're eventually gonna be 3D rocks until it's 100% worked out. So, but this is a fantastic mod. So I just making sure if you use this one, just get rid of the parallax files in the file tree if you're using it on SE. And now I kind of want to use ours. Shit, I think I will. You know what? Let's use it. Let's use ours. I like it so much. You guys have seen me use this before, right? The farmhouse wood. Yeah, let's use it. I won't be using the hand cart though. we'll keep the handcarts their own. So we need the update file as well, and we need the SMIM matching ropes, or the rope patch. So 1, 2, 3. And they all overwrite each other, which is good. And it's a pretty good size file, so you can merge that one in, and then the SMIM ropes, you can merge this one in. This one already looks good. Sweet. Alright. Farmhouse. Bam. And then let's see, what else do I want? We'll grab CC's carts. Now, this is the question that came up. I think Will was in the other stream and he mentioned the Glorious doors. And I went and I had another look at it. There's one issue with the mod, I think, that just came up recently, and it's a door to the Tower of Mizark in Blackreach that doesn't. Sorry. So there's a door to Mizark that doesn't have the activation mechanic, the animation for it, which basically means you can't open the door. So I'm hoping that gets resolved. If it does, I may throw it in and use it, because they do look pretty good, and maybe with TPOS 2 it'll look good. But we'll have to see. I know he was the one that mentioned it. I think it was more towards the end of the stream. Let me go over, switch over to live chat there. There we go. Are they good? Are they that good, Wind? Maybe, see. I'm just worried that that one door, see, that's a main thing too, because that's part of, you know, the main quest going to the tower down there in Blackreach. If I'm not able to get in, of course I could unlock the door, console my way through, but it's one of those things where I'd rather not if I didn't have to. But we'll have to see. That's something that's going to be put down much lower. Alright, so let's do this. Ars Farm, we got CC's carts. So we'll keep the 3D door off, because I already know what that does. We'll go Rustic Windows, we'll definitely use Ragnarok, Peltapalooza, and Iconics Hay. HD Photorealistic Ivy, yes, we will use this. Distinct interiors, I would normally have used this. I don't know if you guys have ever seen distinct interiors. If you've used it, you already know what it does. It's absolutely gorgeous. For what it does to the shops, it adds, I mean, it adds in a lot of content. It's a pretty good sized mod. Think of things similar to what TPOS 2 does for the inns, but just put that on like almost every single interior within the game. Shops, I want to say the barracks. I mean, you can see like the painting here. This is in what, Sema's Bits and Pieces. Yep. The Soul Gem, the honey pots, everything up there. This is Radiant Raiment. You can see the decor and everything like that. So, but unfortunately with TPOS 2 I can't use it, so we'll stick with that. Do I have the carts? Let me do this. Let me get all of these in. And of course we're doing 2K for the rustic windows. I think that's going to look really good with the 20 textures. Ragnarok, we're going to go 2K on this bad boy. I was going to go 2K 1K, but I think I'm going to go 2K full. And Peltapalooza, of course, should be the full, yep. Iconics Real Hay, I believe I take the 2K main, not the alt, because that's the reddish version. And HD Photorealistic Ivy, yes. And this is the update to, yes, we'll take that. Artist Farmhouse. Compatibility patch, yes. Alright. And let me get some of these installed. So this is CC's Carts. This is Rustic Windows. This would be Ragnarok. Ragnarok's one of the best mods on there. You'd be surprised at how much a nice rug will make it. What's going on, Mike? If it was a non-loading, they appear to be... I'm curious, when... So here's the thing. I saw there was an update. There was an update file, and he says to merge it with the main. So if that's the fix, then... I believe, then yes, it would be fixed. I was going through the comments, like, quickly, and I must have grazed over that. So I saw it, but I didn't stop to fully read it. But I'll go over that again and I'll take a look. Because I think we will add that in. It'll just be it'll be down a lot lower. Actually, I could probably, well, no, yeah, texture check. I could probably put it in this one here. All right. Let me see how I have. Let me change this up. Music. Okay. Iconics. Real hay. I don't have HD photorealistic Ivy, do I? I think I had a different Ivy mod. What the hell was I using? Huh, no I wasn't. No, I have it in, so let's just take a look here. Meshes, architecture, farmhouse, stone wall. Okay. We'll keep this one separate. This is the R's compatibility. Okay. We've got a bunch of these bad boys. Check my plugins. Yeah, it's all textures, all good. You'll notice I don't have any errors or anything like that, so we got rid of everything. You have it loaded in now, Wind? Because I was gonna, you know, COC into Blackreach and just give it a test, or I could have done the Necromancer start because the tower's right there. I could always do that and go God mode. Just to check. So what do we have? Noble furniture. Yep. Rustic noble furniture. Although we have high poly project too, which I think is, I don't think it touches the furniture, but I'll place it afterwards just to be sure, because I want to see high poly. And I think it touches the furniture, or I think it touches like stuff like this. Does this do chests? Let's leave this one off. We'll just get the noble replacer for the meshes. Get rid of this save my, I don't need that there. I'm trying to mirror this to a point, but I also want to have certain other things overwrite. Yeah, I can always load in and we can take a look to see how it looks now. Yeah, check that later. Yeah, because see, like I had rustic furniture here, but because you need high poly as a as kind of a base. Well, see, you know what here? High poly's lower in this loadout anyway. So let's get the SMIM SE2K. We'll just take everything. We're gonna take absolutely everything. Let's try and break my game, right? Alright. What else do we have here? Oops. We have so rustic furniture, 2K retextured mage tables. It's this one here. And yeah, we'll stay with the 2K version of this. The dragon, the brown dragon, well, you get the different ones here. 2K replacer with the marble enchanting. So that's something different. Let's take a look at that. I normally use the regular ones. What you see in my games is stuff like this. Right? And they look really good. And then of course, you know, the enchanter with the candles. There's the dragon, so yeah, you can, I mean, because you can see this is the green, it would have the green default, so you could obviously tell the difference there between base game and just default alchemy. So this is the brown with marble. That actually looks pretty good. The brown with marble top enchanting table. Take everything, yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do. So I like the brown. Let's take a look and see if they have the other colors here. So is this the green? I still think I prefer the brown. I kind of want them to match up a little bit. So this is marble top. That would be brown and brown, so they'd have to mirror each other. The marble top. I do like that. All right, let's go back. Just wow, there's 14 files. Jeez. Do I have the original in? Yeah, because you need that. Okay. So you need the main file. We'll do 2K. And then we'll grab 2K replacer brown and marble. This one here. 2K brown dragon table and marble. Top enchanting. 2K replacer brown. What is the difference? One's 10 and one's 8 megabytes. I'm missing something here. This is the replacer. No meshes, brown dragon and marble tops. Okay, this top one is the one that I want. Okay, we're good. So let's get that installed. Make this 2K. Do the same thing. We'll just overwrite that. All right. I'll be breaking this game, Wind. That's exactly what's gonna happen. This game will be busted up. No, it should play nice. It's like I said, it's a TPOS2 setup. It'll play fine. And this character won't be delving into magic aside from basic restoration, I think. Although I did consider using some of the druid spells from Forgotten Magic, but then I'm like, well, he's going to be a combat archer. He's, when would he have time to use the magic? And I'm like, well, if he gets into melee, but he's still supposed to be favoring the bow even in melee combat. I'd like him to be able to, kite around the battlefield, firing arrows, trying to avoid, taking power attacks, because he's going to be in light armor. One well-placed power attack is going to stun me, and then give most of the enemies around me a chance to kind of like group up, fall in, and gang up on me. But I want him to be as nimble as possible. You're going to see me perk a lot of stuff in light armor. There's Will. Good evening. Well, I am taking your suggestion for the doors. Hey, Mr. B. Headed to physical therapy. Good luck, Mr. B, with the physical therapy. Let me know how it goes. Keep me up to date on that. Trust me, I went through that and it was a pain in the ass for me. It was no fun. I had Tolfter's matching Alembic. Okay, yeah, let's match Tolfter's Alembic. Wow, little things like that, right? And I totally missed out on it. Gotta have Tolfter's Alembic. Alright, I think that's it for there. So CC's bursts, the comfy 2 Emmer beds. And then we get into the rally stuff. So the rally stuff is pretty nice. 2K for the bar set. Like I said, I keep everything around 2K, except some other things. I'll wind up going 4K. And these Wemmer beds look really nice. CC's is always packed good, but I think the comfy beds I have to set myself. Okay. Distant, this is one of my favorite songs. Yeah, I would have been due for more, well, till I get my medical situation squared away. I basically can't do anything. I really gotta get that situation taken care of. Because I'm not hurting my back, but I'm not doing anything for it to fix it either. So we'll have to see. Let's see what else we doing here. Now let's just open up a big thing for rallies. And we'll open up a bunch of mods. What did I take? Let's see here. Oh, shit. Did I really do that? Okay, good. Oh, I guess it goes away. Alright. So, the Werewolf Totems, the Temple of Kinnereth Mosaic, Jurgen Wind Colors, blah, 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 blah. Werewolf Totems, yep. Yep. Blackreach Mushrooms, yep. Jurgen Wind Colors Tomb, yep. Rally's Horn, Chandelier, and Candle Overhaul. Well, I know I want the Vampire Coffins. Do I have the chandeliers in here? I do. Oh, it Rally's Pillows. Yeah, we gotta have those. Glowing Mushrooms, we'll take those. Rally's Honey Pot, we'll take that. Dark Brotherhood Clutter. Take Nightingale Clutter. I've got Fuchsia's manhole cover. Don't worry about that. It's already in there. I think I took more than I did. Oh yeah, I definitely did. That's okay. We're good. A lot of rally stuff. The honeypot. I saw Cairo and I had a couple sessions and I wound up in a lot of pain. See, the problem, Will, is that my back needs surgery. It plain needs surgery. I know it. My doctor told me the same thing, but they want to send me to a specialist. So I'm okay with that. I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna go there. You know, the insurance is gonna cover it. But man, it was pretty brutal. And then of course I had a couple other things that I did, and that was also equal. Of course, there was the headset. Sanctuary, I love this one. Do I have the mosaic? No, the totems. HQ, the mosaic. Blackreach mushrooms, yep. Stick with 2K for these. I normally would, something like this, I may go 4K, 2K, but Jurgen Windcolor's Tomb. This will go 4K because this looks really nice. The Vampire Coffins. Okay, so this is probably one of my favorite rallies, and I take the purple version. If you guys have ever seen this, it's obvious. This and the black are two of the largest files they have. The purple version is just flat out beautiful. Chandelier. Take that. I think I want the candle glow in there. The pillows we definitely take, and the pillows I think is in a, yeah, it's in a fomide. I think I take number 2. Glowing mushrooms. These were another ones too. Let's see the versions. I don't know. Which version did I have? I didn't have them. Okay. For the cities and build, it's still the 20 series. So Fuchsia's, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Here, I'll show you. So Noble's not in this at all. I left Noble and everything else out. Where is it? Yeah, the 2018, the 2019, and the 2020 Parallax with the shader fix. And I have the Whiterun alternative street stones, but I decided to leave it off because I like the originals that came with it for Whiterun. I'll be honest, Whiterun looks really nice, but with the alternative, it's very, very clean, and whereas I think the original is also very clean, but it also has somewhat of a worn look to it. So, you know, I just stuck with the original. You know, personal preference. It's one of those things. Whereas a lot of people will take, like, you know, a nice, really nice looking cobblestone, and they'll either place it there or they'll take a really nice cobblestone and they'll put, like, you know, the moss replacers between the stones, which also looks really nice. And I did that on my last play, so I'm going to leave it off on this play. As far as anything else, like I said, I wasn't going to add a lot of other major textures, but stuff for like the Soul Cairn, Sovngarde, the Solstheim and Dawnguard landscape overhaul. These two aren't available anymore, but I have copies of them, so I always use them. I love them. And then I did go with T4G's Underground. Uh, it's really hard for me not to play with that. It really is. That didn't sound good, so we're gonna go with that. Um, oh yeah, the glowing mushroom. We're looking at mushrooms here. Um, and we're listening to music here. I think. Yeah, get back here. Get back here, you. I think this is the main version. Let's see. I think there was an alternate mesh. It said, right? Yeah, version 1, version 2. Mm. They do look good, don't they? I remember the last game I had, they were like that lime green. And they were like radioactive. Let's take version 2. Version 2, here it is. 1K version 2. This should be the 2K, I believe. Yep. And then Rally's Honeypot. HQ. Let's take a look at the colors for this. I like this. So vanilla, so new vanilla texture. Well, it obviously looks better, but let's go with this one for the hell of it. Why not, right? Just the main file. Dark Brotherhood Clutter. I'm assuming this does the doors and other things. Look at that. It's pretty cool. Wow, that looks real neat. That's really noticeable. It's almost too clean for this sanctuary. But it does look damn good though. I mean, look at that. Look at the difference. We need Winnie the Pooh. Hell yes. Yeah, I mean, it's... Well, look at this. They had the clutter in. I think, what do they have, the banners in here? 12, 13... Oh yeah, look at that. Alright. That makes sense too. I mean, that's, you know... Let's go with that. 2 files here. Which ones are these? 4K or 2K? Let's go 4K. And Rally's Nightingale Clutter. This is probably the same thing for the Thieves Guild. I don't know if I'll be doing the Thieves Guild with this character. But obviously for the standing stone, well, it's not a standing stone, but for the all intents and purposes it is a stone and it is standing, so with their logo on it. Version 1 or version 2? I may stick with version 1 to kind of keep it like this is a little more blended. This one stands out a little bit more. Yeah. So let's go version 1. Oh, hey, Cylinder, what's up? That was a nice slip wind. Yeah, AIO, this one here. Rally's Nightingale Clutter add-on. So no standing stone, just the clutter. No, I want the stone. Main file here. Alright, so that was a lot. Let's get rid of it all. And we get to install all these bad boys. We also get to listen to Never to Return. Cool. Temple of Kinnereth Mosaic. Blackreach mushrooms. Jurgen Windcaller's Tomb HQ. This is the purple version. Looks good. Candle and chandelier. Rally's pillow. So this is, we're gonna do new vanilla. I like this one. This one here. Plus it always matches nice with the rugs, the pelts, and typically with the rustic and other stuff that's in there. Some of the other ones are pretty nice. The blue embroidered, I think if you had a different style bed, this would look good. And the ornate is just kind of, it's just out there. The weathered also looks pretty good too, but I always go with the new vanilla with these. That's just me. Glowing mushrooms, version 2, looks good. Honey pot. Dark Brotherhood clutter. Looks good. Nightingale standalone. Beautiful. That's a lot of rallies. Okay. So let's see here. It's a lot to carry up, isn't it? Beautiful. Nothing else with plugins though, too. And see, this is what I like to see. I like to see more of the active mods, less of the plugins. This is a nice ratio here, 190 to 94. I usually try to keep it around half. So, it's just me. What else did my list have on it? So the Misk and the Forgotten, both the retext projects, and then we have to bring Mari's Death Bells underneath it to get the effect. Now we chose the red Death Bells, but let's get the 2 retext projects in. We already have the mage table. I don't take the training dummies or anything like that. Archery, I mean I could, but oh jeez, yeah, it's gonna make me. Fine. We'll take the training dummies as well. Do I want the mesh, huh? Replaces vanilla archery target. This is the texture only. Includes texture and NIF. Place below SMIM to overwrite. Get back to vanilla. Yeah, I guess we'll take the mesh file. Okay. This is probably the same way. Rainbale, fix and retexture. We'll leave that one alone. Okay. Alright. So these are 2 that I usually never use. I just let whatever's handling it handle it. And as you can see, it is overwriting SMIM. Cool. Just the mesh. Beautiful. So here we go. The retext projects, both of these bad boys. And what does it say? So this is the one where you have to hide the hanging moss, huh? I don't know if I did that. I might have. Okay. Alright, retext. So these are big boys here. These will usually handle everything else. We're gonna wind up overwriting a lot of this stuff with high poly. Except for the mammoth cheese. We're gonna leave that be. Merge that in. And forgotten. This is just the one file here. Woodcutter's axe, patches for frostfall, and campfire. I have something. High poly's gonna take care of this too. I think. It's been a while since I've used HPP, but from what I remember, it's looked pretty good. Okay. So they're the large ones. Okay. Why it does that all the time to me. It just kind of shuts down. So, oh yeah, and then some of the ones that I ported over to, like the barrels, vanilla lantern. Well, we're gonna use. Oh, I didn't want that. Not that one. There we go. And the frescoes complete SSE, the 9.2. Good. Good. These really round things out too. Alright, so on my list, that's literally the last one, but I'm gonna take a look on Nordic because I want to see if there's anything else that I may want to add. I don't believe there are. Rudy HQ miscellaneous. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we got to bring death bells down. I'm sorry. Let me go up to. Yeah, so you can see how this one's grayed out. It tells you it's redundant. The forgot retext project is overwriting that, so we have to bring this down underneath. Put it right there. Since it's not. Oop, the frescoes does have a. Worried about that. Okay. Awesome. And as you can see now, Mari's death bell is overwriting Renthal, but it's going to be the like you'll see them in game. They're really nice now. They're red. Yeah, I did, Stoner. I did. I don't think my character's going to have the antlers, but like I would use something like that on a druid, and it would still probably be like Bosmer, but I would probably do like a nice female Bosmer. I did one on console a long time ago. I can't even tell you guys how many characters I've gone through, different styles and all that, right? But I did one on console that was, it was a druid type. Was it a Bosmer? I think it was a Bosmer. But it had like, was it called TDN horns or something like that? I think that's the only one that console had. But it wound up working out really nice because the character didn't have any type of like headgear, like no circlet no helm, no hood, no nothing like that. So, but they had the antlers, so you got to see the character's face all the time, the hair, um, the obvious antlers that were sticking up, some war paint, and for what console has for war paint, it actually looked pretty good. Nothing compared to PC though. So Rustic Clutter, then Rudy HQ. Yeah, we do want that. Miscellaneous. So then I took. What did I take? Candles, Pottery, the rest. That would be this one. Let's switch this up. Pottery. Go Classic Brown 2K. This is true, well. I don't know how well my character's gonna have a type of connection like that. It is probably straying further than a green pack build than most of the lore would suggest. Or at least what's considered canon in the lore. And even with this particular character, I don't know whether war paint is going to be used or he'll be like moderately clean shaven, and I still have yet to figure out his starting gear. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The silverware is already going to be handled, and we want the rest. And like I said, some of this stuff's going to be overwritten, but we don't want the lanterns. And I'm not using stacks, so we're good. But this is Imperial Candles. This is your Pottery Classic. And then the rest. Hate how they buried the data folders in there like that. It's a pain. Okay. Has anything fully been overwritten? I don't think so. So you'll see a nice mix of certain things. Yep, we're good. Cool. Alright, then it was the lantern, then it was the frescoes. Alright, which I already have in. Obviously some of these other ones will be handled by other mods, so I don't really feel the need to add them in. Environmental structures. Did I do anything with this? Yeah, whole border banners. I have to be careful with these because these are some area edits, and certain things with TPOS2 are not compatible. Whole border banner, yes. And I like the text version. And point the way that we gotta make a category for combat. Because weathered road signs, believe it or not, is not compatible with TPOS2 if I use Riverwood Grove, because it alters the placement of a road sign on the way to Riverwood. It actually moves its location and breaks the character's nav who's supposed to be outside hammering away on the post. So I find point the way is perfectly fine. Let's bury that in there, why don't we? Point the way, you look beautiful. Okay. All mods, we want to create a separator. Wow, can't type. Alright. So this will be combat and AI. Is there anything else I want? Any extra touches here? An Altmer? Well, I'm not going to be an Altmer, but we are going to join the Almeri Dominion with this one. I'm usually 100% against it. Like, no matter what character I play, they usually hunt down the Thalmor, but well, I was having this discussion with a few people, and they're like, well, on your next play, like, why don't you play as an Altmer? And I'm like, well, I usually play as an Altmer mage of some type. And then I played as an Altmer bard, which was actually pretty fun. But then with this one now, we'll be doing probably the Second Great War. We'll probably join the Almeri Dominion. It's going to put a nice little spin on it. Because, you know, things I haven't done in a long, long time. But yeah, normally I kill them all on the road. Even this character may just kill the Thalmor on the road. Who knows? I don't know. He may wind up turning pretty evil. I doubt it though. He's not going to be evil character. I already did that with my last two plays. Missives. I have to check on this. Let me check out real quick. Because I believe one of these is compatible. It's either this or the notice board. And I still have to go back into the articles tab and take a look. Compatibility, load order information. It's one of these, I think. Main file 1 full version right here. Provincial Courier Service. We do have Provincial Courier Service, so this is compatible. We have to load this after TP. I'm actually going to write this in now, because I will forget this. Or did I delete it? I may have deleted it. I deleted it. Okay, never mind. We're good. Maybe not in here. He's got so much information packed in here. Sometimes it's hard to find out exactly what you're... Yeah, I could. I think it'd be fun to play as... Well, I'm not going to be an agent of the Thalmor, but I'm going to... You know, they're going to join the Dominion for whatever. And I know they're at odds with most of the Bosmer, but they are still part of the Dominion. Missives load above TPOS2. Awesome. There it is. I knew it was in there somewhere. So let's grab that. Let me just make sure there weren't any other requirements because it's been a while since I played with this. Nope. And I don't need a JCase patch because we're no longer using JCase. Beautiful. First time I've had missives in a while. We'll put that right there. And we'll check the... Yep, we gotta get rid of some of these plugins, move them up. Okay. And then we'll take Wildcat, of course we will. What else are we taking here? Mortal Enemies, Ultimate Combat. Hey, you're back, Loki. Awesome. Everything, it's not buffering anymore on your end? Okay. Nice. Let's see here. So I did put the blood. I was using enhanced blood textures. I put it below my combat mods the last time, and I still noticed those red squares. So like I said, I don't have enhanced blood textures in this one. We went with better blood splatter, gore cap, and more blood, I think it's called. So it'll still look really nice, but you know, you won't have the like again, I probably may do some testing and that very well could change, but it seems like it's 50-50 with EBT. Use Crimson Tide. Really? Okay, let's check that one out. Cuz I don't believe I've ever used I know I've never used it. Flooded edition. Let's see here. Hey, apparently I made the original mod. Awesome. Wow. I should be using my own mod, shouldn't I? That's not really me. That is pretty cool, though. Now I'm going to want to use this all the time. Simply optimized for SE. New wound textures. These are weapon specific. Dripping screen affects blood, less interfering, gets still gory. Out of curiosity, Will, do you combine this with anything else? Because, I mean, this is one file here. It's not even that bad, 24 and a half megabytes. Is it BS8 up? No. That's pretty cool. Just that, huh? So something like gore cap, you wouldn't over. Well, that may be interesting. Let's try this. Why not? Right? Put it back up here. It's up above a little bit more. Is it? I don't know. Yeah, because I have better blood splatters, gore cap, SE more bloodshed. Okay. So I'm curious. Let me put it above better blood splatters and activate. I want to see what's so it's being overwritten by yeah. Okay. So I'll take that off. We'll refresh. This should negate it. Okay, so gore cap is still going to do its thing. SE more bloodshed. So I wonder if I even need this now. Yeah, I've had, I don't know about you, but I've had issues with EBT. Like I said, 50% of the time it is absolutely perfect. I have no issues. Um, and I load it in the same place. My setups are almost identical every single time, with the exception of certain things, and none of them affect EBT. And I usually have the same patches for it, unless I'm not using one mod that requires a patch. But I do have a error here. What is this for? Form 43. Crimson Tide is in Form 43. It has to be converted. Not Form 44. It's just, was it just textures? Hold on, I think I saw. No, I'm gonna have to save this. Well, let's do that. Let's just convert it. We'll put it back over to Form 44. How about that? Because I immediately saw this and I'm like, what the hell? I didn't. Yeah, Form 43, plugin modules, maybe blah blah blah. I like to be better to be safe than sorry, right? I'm gonna keep gore cap in, but I'm gonna take out SE more bloodshed. I'll just deactivate it for now. So let's do this. Let's get some music going still. Let's minimize a bunch of shit. And you guys can see my screen. We'll do it this way. Steam apps, common, special edition, data. Okay. Let's do this. Pull this one over. Do users, me, app data, local, MO2, mods, and Crimson Tide flooded. So we have meshes, scripts, texture. So I've only done this a few times. When I do this, I take everything and I put everything in before I do a conversion. Let me close down MO2 real quick. And then we'll set up the launcher and we'll do everything here. Because it's literally just saving it in here, but I like to have as much closed as I can. So, even though, you know, I don't think MO2 affects it, but you never know. Let's load up the CK if it wants to cooperate with me today. Yeah, that's... Yep. Just humans. Yeah, the spiders and the animals, well, except for the wolves. The wolves always seem to be hit or miss. There's Crimson Tide, so set that as active, right? Load that up. Let the CK do whatever the CK is doing. It's running slightly slower today, it looks like. For one file, it's running, yep, it is running slower today. Cool. Awesome. File, save, exit, exit, data. So we want meshes, scripts, textures, scripts of tide. Right? That's it. Minimize these. We'll reopen MO2. As you see, it is now gone. Refresh. It is saved in Form 44. It's that simple. That easy. And that's the nice thing about this new update here. 2.2.2.1 will now tell you. And it might have been the version before. I know we got 2 updates like simultaneously. Or it seemed like it was simultaneous. And my kitty decided to come out and say hi. But with this, if you load up a mod that's in SE on the Nexus SE page, if it is still Form 43, it will tell you. You'll get a nice error message or notification up here so that you can properly convert it over. So this one needs to be converted. I don't see. Well, maybe let's see if the posts tell us. I don't know. Maybe they do. Yeah, there it is right there. Form 43 plugin. Make sure to resave in the CK before you use. Oh, hold on here. Caused massive corruption. Corrupted save game. Players had to start new characters or CTD 24/7. After I uninstalled, kept using save. So my question is, how on SSC at the moment? Never had a single issue. Used it for years. Across many play. Had many mod issues, CTDs, but never. But this was never a cause. Okay. Oil and older, and this was always beat up by enhanced blood textures as far as. Well, we can try it. We can see, right? Seems like a pretty good idea to me. Let's delete all my saves. Okay, we'll do that. Hey, Carol, what's going on? We're gonna pop in game real quick here. I want to see what this does, how this acts. Ooh, I don't know if I need to put that above it. I probably did. It's gonna go black for you guys in a second, don't worry. Nothing's happening. Just me loading in. Give me 1 second, guys. I may at some point have to take a slight break and pop back over into the Discord. That should be popping up on your screens any second now. Hell yeah. Let's start a new game here. We'll do a new game test here. We'll take a standard Nord this time. I'm not gonna do anything fancy with it. Yeah, we will get the HUD out of the way though, in a little bit. Nice.
Approach, my child, and choose where your
Growl.
new life shall begin.
Have been overwritten by another mod. I'm not really gonna worry about that. I always load Growl near the bottom anyway because of its area edits. We're just gonna do a, let's see. Shit. Patron of an inn. Or no, I'm sorry. We'll do a property and a hold.
Which property do you
So I can
own?
get some gear right off the bat, just so I can see. And we'll take Honeyside and Riften.
Be always vigilant in the city of thieves, my child.
Of course. Alright. First things first. Let's get rid of all this nonsense going on. iHUD. And then widget mod. Should be it. Okay. We'll load in. Usually they give you some stuff. Ah, he's got that stupid hood on. Well, you're gonna see a pretty vanilla game for the well, not really. All right, let's get him some gear. We're just gonna attack some guards. Steel mace. I don't like that. I like the sword. Take that stupid hood off. You're a Nord. We'll do the sword on 1. We'll do the bow on 4. And then, of course, we will TGM, make a save. You'll get to see a completely vanilla sword. Don't look at it. It's ugly as sin. We'll be changing that, don't worry. Alright. So, yeah, I get it. Let's take Kinnereth to shut this up. So with the 20 texture, oh yeah, there we go. The lantern replacer, yep. Oh yeah.
When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time and for double the usual fee.
I know I did. But how was I to know the shipment would get
Stood
robbed?
up to that, but next time, keep your plans in
There's
mind,
missives,
and
yep.
nothing will happen to us.
And we don't have any of the banners in or anything like that yet either. But you can see the 20 series textures. I know I have to drop HPP down a little bit further, but yeah, it looks pretty good so far. I mean,
Protect yourself right. Buy armor from Grelka.
I mean, we're gonna have Guild City here, so. Although I wonder how the trees. You know, I may keep Guild City off for this because I wonder how the trees are gonna be affected. I may have to. All right, let's
Stay alive. Why take a chance?
Wow, I kind of just want to look at stuff now. Yeah, and ignore the LOD. I don't have anything generated. All right, let's go get this bad boy and see the blood.
Riften's under my protection.
Is it?
You. What do you?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's just get in the middle of it all. Oh, take it. Let's see how bloody we can get it. Alright, alright. I need one of their weapons. I need like a good two-hander, I think, right? Yeah, that's right. Get the hell out of here. Except for you. You must be a Nord. Oh, wow. Freaking dodge. Look at that. I guess that's ultimate combat. Alright, so let's take a look.
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you in your defense?
Shut the hell up.
So be it.
Oh, my deities abandoned me. Oh, whatever shall I do? I just want to look at some... You know what? Here. Yeah. Don't mess with me. Alright, let's take a look, now that they've been dealt with. It's pretty good. That body disappear? Was that me? There was a body there? Huh. Okay. Guard of the Rift's armor. Taking that sword, thank you very much. Gotta do something about that. It's not bad, honestly. A little on the, yeah, well, this is what I like, the splatters here like this. How it's, they're different shades and I guess like a little bit darker texture. I mean, I guess we can go with that. It's not, you know. Oh yeah, I killed everybody literally, didn't I? Who's that, Driffa?
I'm being attacked.
You are being attacked. I guess. Wow, yeah, I really did. Huh? Bully's dead. Who else did I kill?
Somebody help.
Balamond, Snowf, Maven.
This what you want, huh?
You're brave.
Someone's being attacked.
Never should have come. What do you think you're doing?
Who's the mage? Did Maven... Holy shit, look at her. Look at her go. I want her as a follower. Alright, let's look at some more of the split here.
You call yourself a Nord?
I probably shouldn't call myself a Nord, should I? Oh, what happened here? Oh, bloody. Yeah, it's Maven casting all those destruction stones. I gotta get the thing that washes the blood off. Oh no, there it goes, never mind. Block that. Jeez. Maven's a beast. Alright, I have to learn how to dodge like that. That's crazy.
This is the end for you.
No, no it's not. God mode. All your guards are dead. He won't find me. Nope. I'm gonna go hide. Ah, the sights of Riften. Requires a damn key. Oh jeez, walked right into the mule.
I'll paint the snow with your blood.
Maul's gonna try and talk to me. How come he didn't die? I was just pissed I killed Aaron. Alright, well we can X out of here. So yeah, it seems like it's okay. Let me just throw my capture back over real quick so you guys can see. I'm getting an error. This is probably from Campfire. Oh, currently files in my overwrite. What the hell is in my overwrite? Plugins. Campfire data. Jesus Christ. Okay. What a pain in the ass that is. They are, aren't they? They were leaping this way and that way, and damn. I don't know. No, the blood mod looks pretty good though. I obviously don't have the issues that EBT does. We'll see how the combat goes. Like I said, I'll do some more testing. I will test EBT in there as well. But I know with that, I found that it works best if you place it below your combat mod. I did one play where it was above, and it was okay. Then I did another play where it was above, and it just was all patches, blocky. And then I did one play below, and it was fine. I did another play where it was below, and it was somewhat blocky, but it wasn't that bad. And I did another play where it was below, and it was better. So I don't know. Tons of mods. That's, you know, what can you do? But yeah. And obviously so far with the textures I'm okay. I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, I didn't see any yeah. There are no wounds, no bloods on the clothes. Scripts don't seem to be taking kindly to uninstalling. Ah, well. It would be like any other mod. Cool. Alright, I'm going to take a break, guys. I'm going to close the stream down. I got some stuff I got to deal with over there. So, apologies for that. It is almost 4:15 my time. I will be back tonight at some point to try and, get as much of this done as I can. Don't know what time. Couple hours maybe. I'm assuming at some point in there I'll make myself some quick dinner. All right. So thank you for joining me today. I know it was a little shorter than usual. It's the nature of the beast, unfortunately, for me today. So dealing with things that I don't really want to be dealing with. Shouldn't be. So yeah, a couple hours. I'll restart the stream later. So enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you later. Bye.